So I did my project on do people tend to slow down or speed up at a yellow light. So for my procedure, I used this survey to collect statistics on whether people slow down or speed up when they see a yellow light. And for this project, I used a simple random method, or convenience, actually, too. What I did was I went to the sandy beach and just like a random place and just went from one side of the beach down to the other asking random people the question. Specifically what I asked was, what do you do when you see a yellow light? Speed up. I gave them three options: speed up, slow down, or it depends. And so this is the data. Out of 30 people that I asked, 8 said that they speed up, 6 said that they slow down, and 16 said that it depends. So the people who chose it depends, it's kind of a vague category, so it requires a little bit more. So when someone chose this answer, I asked why, or like what did it depend on? So some of the answers I got were like, it depends on how fast they're going when the light turns yellow, where they are when the light turns yellow, like if they're close to the intersection or still far away, and where they're driving, like the area, who they're driving with, and because if it's maybe like if they're with kids or something, they would have more of a tendency to slow down, whereas if they're by themselves, they would probably speed up, and where they're trying to get to. So like if they're in a rush or not, will decide whether they slow down or speed up. So analysis of the data. From what I collected, it seems like there are a lot of confounding variables that affected people's reaction to the yellow light. And in order to find out what the majority of people do, I need to analyze what the people did and why they did it. So I concluded that most of the people who chose it depends would speed up if they had their ideal situation. Like for example, if they caught a red light when they were going, or no, I'm sorry. If they caught a yellow light when they were going fast, and if they're almost past the intersection, that would be not ideal, because they would be more likely to slow down, because if they'd just be more likely to slow down if they were approaching it, like if the light turned yellow from far away, whereas if it were to turn yellow, like kinda like it's harder to stop when you're closer to it, like the closer they are to the light. And so my conclusion from the data, I concluded that more people would speed up at a yellow light than slow down. Only 20% of my sample chose slow down for a definite answer. So this means that the other 80% either chose speed up or it depends. And most of, or I'd say almost all of the ones who chose it depends said that if they had their ideal situation, like if they had their preference, they would most likely speed up.